guys, welcome to another episode of Everything Products with Ehizode, and this is episode 2 of season 2. With me today, I have Egbuna Divine.
Yeah.
Why do I like calling your surname before
Well,
your
I mean,
name?
it's my Instagram handle.
Alright, yes. I have Divine Egbuna, an amazing product manager. So it's great having you on the show.
Same here, goodness.
I've been looking forward to having you.
Really?
So I'm like, Divine, and now you've left fintech, and now you're in health tech. How's it been now?
But I mean, it's a very interesting journey, right? A drastic change because you're dealing with money now, you're dealing with life. but I think like it's been a journey, like exciting.
Okay. So what has been the most interesting part for you?
I think the most interesting part for me transitioning to health tech is now seeing a different way product can be built beyond just trying to integrate with one payment partner or the other.
So I think the products in fintech is more partnership, APIs and all of that, managing APIs and all of that.
Interestingly, I think fintech is even more open to partnership than health tech. Because health tech, you are literally treating the same people, right?
Exactly.
So the competition is like...
Yeah, my competitor.
Exactly.
We're not supposed to be here.
but I mean, like the entire journey towards coming into health tech, seeing a different way, seeing a different approach towards building product. Now trying to understand, okay, why people would actually pay for health tech beyond just visiting hospitals.
Exactly.
It's something that I find amusing.
Exactly. So yeah, we have Divine in the building.
Hi everyone.
Yeah. So fun facts: Divine is the product manager at Onehealth, and I am the product manager at Clafia, and we both work at health tech startups. And Divine is our competitor. In fact, he's my competitor.
Interesting.
So Divine, let me just go on to read his bio, like very, very deep bio here. Divine leverages an innovative and creative approach toward developing solutions for modern problems aimed at ensuring products and business spaces are scalable in the global space. He's skilled at delivering solutions such as product management, growth marketing, innovation, market entry, penetration, strategy, branding, effective communication, and all of that. He's a product management facilitator and has engagements with top product schools, and has helped over 900 students in the last 1 year. He's currently the product manager at Onehealth.
We know that already.
So how did I even meet you, Seth? I can't remember. It was on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think I was going through. Someone had shared a post that had you on the flyer, yes. And then I think it was product manager traction. And I'm like, okay, who's this guy? And then Salim King oftentimes posts you, and then I just go back and just check, okay, who is this guy? And I say, oh, he's a product management. Cool. And he likes fashion. So.
You throw me under the bus.
So and I've seen your work. I've seen the impact that you've made in the product management space, in the tech industry as a whole, how you get invites and how you get people, like you get to share your ideas and your knowledge with other people. So I felt like, okay, this guy, he definitely has something to give. So
interesting. Thank you for having me. Do you want how I met you?
Okay.
So interestingly, I think I was scrolling through the round of Instagram. Now I think very interesting that a lot of product managers don't hardly make content on Instagram. Right, Instagram is not like our target audience, right? Our own is probably LinkedIn or Twitter or something like that. And I'm like, oh my God, who is this product manager that is creating relatable content? I remember I think I shared the first two. I'm like, nah, this is so real and everything. Like, I have to follow this person. I have to follow. And I mean, it's been quite a journey. And I see what you are building with Clafia. I'm like, my God.
I beg, please don't start. So, but products though, how did you get into products? Why did you get into products?
Okay, interesting.
Why not software engineering?
Okay, interesting. I would say product found me, right?
Oh.
Because I don't think there was like this point where I decided that I had to do product management. But backstory, I was working in a consulting firm, and my mind was already thinking about product. So I have a bit of flair for design and design, and we were having a conversation with the core management. I know I was just trying to think about how we should go in terms of what product line we should go into and everything. Then before I started documenting and I was doing product already. Then all of a sudden we had a developer that was managing the website and some other things. Before you know, I was like, you know what, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. Thinking my design knowledge was like, this is the best.
Yeah.
Then after a while, then had to now lead the whole development and trying to launch that product, right? I didn't have any jack knowledge that it was product management I was doing. I was just doing it in passive. Then before you know, all of a sudden I just said, oh, it's product management. Then I'm like, you know what? Wow, that's product management. Then I went back. Then I had to now maybe I went to a product school. Did like 3 months and everything. I didn't get my first certificate.
No, you didn't wait till the
I
end.
didn't wait till the end. I got my first
my
certificate.
God.
And before I finished, I got a job already.
Wow,
In product
amazing,
management
amazing.
at an APM.
Wow, amazing.
As in not even an intern, APM straight up.
See, you don't have to wait till you get to 1 year before you actually get a job. So
then I just got a job, and I was an APM. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And backstory: 6 months before I got a job as an APM, someone shared an idea with me, and before I'm always quick to always go and do a documentation, put a slide together, do a product brief, everything. I think so. I'm calling product brief. And I didn't know it was product brief. I can
get ideas together
and bring things to life. I can bet things, right?
Wow.
And that's how it's always been for me. Then I went ahead, I just did it, and that was an e-commerce. I was already building with the team, meeting with developers already. Then I entered into fintech, and wow, 3 years down the line.
Wow. A whole 3 years now.
Just like yesterday.
Yes. So I think that most of the time when you ask people how they get into product management, it always sounds zen, but like people always say, oh, product management found me. I stumbled on product management. It wasn't something I chose to do. Yeah. So who are the people actually chose to do product management?
No. I think people are making decisions to choose product management. But I think product management is more of an innate thing, more of an external skill. Like I want to go software engineering and everything, because product management, I tell people that I see product managers as parents to product, right? And if you are big on care, if you're big on giving attention and managing things, product management is that field that you would thrive in actively. So it's always interesting to see people want to do that. And for me, someone like me, like, you won't believe that it's just 3 years I have a product management, because I'm telling you, so next week I would clock 1,000 plus students that I've trained.
Wow.
In product management. And
Shakere.
and it just feels like yesterday where I just decide to just wanting to build teams and just get result out. And it's been a journey.
Yeah. So now talking about finding like your unique path, right? For product managers, you mentioned how most of the time product management is innate, right? You don't have to, it's not something, so people find themselves taking transferable skills from what they have, what they just used to be. And then, so how do we intentionally develop those like innate skills and then use it to build growth, use it to build inspiration to get into like the product management role?
Okay, interestingly, so the mistake people think about product management is when they're trying to transition into product management, they feel they would forget all the knowledge base that they had before and come and embody
start from scratch.
And it's a lie. So before product management, I was a consultant, right? And I transitioned I was doing strategy, I was doing documentation, I was doing some other things. I was thinking growth, right? And all of those things were elements that is making me thrive now as a product manager in my space. So I know there are different specialization in product management currently, right? Yeah. But we still have to remember that product management is a specialist role. It's a generalist role rather than a specialist role. And for that, you just need to what's the touch point, right? Do you enjoy managing people more than doing this? Do you enjoy documentation? Do you enjoy technicality? Do you want to know about APIs and some other things, right? Then from there, the one that find that interests you the most is the one that you now mostly tilt towards. Because for example now, because I have a background in marketing, I have a background in marketing.
Oh, really? Nice. Yeah. Amazing.
I was once the head of communications for a company before.
Oh, wow. Amazing.
Yeah, I have a background in marketing, I have a background in growth and things like that. So the most viable or the approach I'm teaching towards product management is probably growth and innovation, right? That's what I would do. But can I still do technical product management? Yes, I can do technical product management. I still test API. I still use Postman.
You have a technical background as well.
Oh yes, I
do. He's the boss.
No, so I do all of those things, and I can still get the result out. But my point is, there are some that would come to you much easier than the others, right? capitalize on it. Like I believe that we are all, even though we are product managers, we are all distinct in our approach towards product management, right? Find your product, find yourself. Like I said, product found me, and I found product, and I know what approach was. If how good this would be product is different from how Divine would be product.
Differently.
And it is fine.
Yeah.
As long as we get the results, right?
Exactly.
We get it, and that's one thing that's the beautiful part about product management. So people will come in from the back, some people come from the front, they will still get the same result. So just find that one, and from there you can own your skills and get the best result from there. Yeah.
So you mentioned something, Nana, about how uniquely we approach products management, different people. So, but what's the place of this? You know, there are a lot of terminologies, there are a lot of processes, streamlined processes, like we have Scrum, Agile, and all of those. So how do you now link all of this and then still be unique in your own path, right? In the sense that you're achieving the results that you need to achieve, and you're still having to structure your team, making sure that you're yielding to all of these processes, so you're utilizing them and you're getting results. How do you balance all of that?
Okay. There are some that are non-negotiable, right? Like exactly, for example, building an agile framework, right? You cannot negotiate it. It doesn't make sense for you to want to negotiate it, right? So the ones that are non-negotiable, you would have to prioritize them. But the ones that are not so much of a strict law, wing it and add your own element. So the goal is, or how I enjoy building product is, I have to identify which ones are non-negotiable, and I put, okay, fine, this. I have to build it into this way, this terminology, this one. For example, I can't say because I am trying to be unique, I won't write a PRD. It doesn't make sense.
But who reads it though?
Let's not drag developers on this conversation. Let's not drag them.
But who reads it?
I've been dragging them this week. I've been dragging them. I know, but please, let's not drag them. But okay, for example, I write user stories or write PRDs and things like that. All those things are non-negotiable.
That's a school, yeah.
You have to do that and everything. But things about how you approach growth market, how you approach growth strategy, and some other things, all those ones, they don't. It's not a cast in stone, right? There are different ways, different templates you use to do. Find the one that works best for you, and go for it and get the result. So identify the non-negotiables, then find the element of change in the ones that you can tweak.
Yeah, to make it sure like it's authentic.
Yeah.
It's unique to you. It works with your company. So
exactly.
Especially, I think that as you grow as a product manager, you begin to fine tune your processes to fit exactly what will work for your team. Sure. And it's not just working with things that are cast in stone, right? What works for your team? Works. How can you work best with them? How can you fine tune the processes to make sure that you're efficient and you deliver the best results?
Exactly, you said it.
Yeah. So what was the place of mentoring in all of this, right? In all of your growth, even now. I know that I still have to miss my mentors. I'm like, bro, this one is choking. What will I do?
So for mentorship in product management, I tell people that you would go far if you have a mentor, right? Because the goal of a mentor is to see at least to clear blockers from you ahead of time. Just like how a product owner is to a product manager, that's how a mentor is to a product manager. So how for mentorship for me, I was able to find people I wanted to build like, right? There are some people that I see.
You mentioned those people.
Okay, so I would okay. There's Nifemi Oluboyede Nifemi. Interestingly, Azodo, right? Nande Azodo. Azodo is a close pal. I know him, right? Nande Azodo. Then one of the guys I largely influenced my product management journey is John Paul Osemene and everything. And at the point in time when I was going to transition into product management, JP was like the one I'm like, oh, JP, what is this? What is that? And everything. I know that, okay, fine, I already had the basic skills, but I just needed someone that has gone ahead of me and could, tell me some of these things that would help me solve a situation. And for me, mentorship also comes in place of making decisions, right? So when I was going to make some drastic change in terms of what field or what industry I wanted to start building products for, I spoke to my mentors, right? I had to have conversations with him, like solid conversation. I'm like, this is how I think I want to go. This is the approach I want to go towards. Because interestingly, before I even took the offer from this job, I had two offers at that time. I had one from a fintech and one from a one for health tech and everything. And so after I decided to go with health tech and everything, the fintech guys now called me again and like, I just signed an offer 2 hours ago.
You're big,
no,
please.
but what I'm saying is those mentors will be able to, there are some challenges that you've not faced, and it's beyond just going on Google to go and get answers or asking on Twitter. You want to talk to someone about it. You want to share ideas. You want someone to align your thoughts, and all those people would influence you. So these three guys I've mentioned are great influencers, right? And I've seen them over time. And there's some people that I just look out from far. I'm like, okay, no, I like what you're doing. For example, I'm a fan of Toby. I like Toby. Toby is that.
What Toby is that?
Toby Otokrit.
Okay. Oh.
She's
doing an amazing job.
Toby.
She is actually.
Toby has bid for 3 unicorns, please. God
where?
God where? so Toby is an amazing person, and other people like that you just look up to, and you're like, you know what? I like how they're building product. I want to go this way, and they almost look like what I see myself doing in the future. So mentorship would save you a lot of stress and headache, because product management or your job as a product manager is a lot of headache role. You would have a headache every day. So
trust me,
just ease yourself. So mentors are very important. Yeah.
Right. So what is the thing that you think is very, very important? Like the most important thing every product manager should focus on once you decide that, okay, you want to be a product manager. That thing, as we talked about, authenticity, knowing your own path, knowing your own uniqueness, and just following that path. But what is most important for product managers?
Okay, so I think the biggest mistake a product manager can make is not knowing your product. And part-time it will change, right? And you need to ensure that you evolve with the change of the product, right? So for example, I was building in fintech, and now I'm building in health tech, and not much as the still product management I'm doing, the style and the approach would change, and I need to give that. And so finding understanding your product part-time is one thing that a lot of product managers need to learn. Like, need to understand your product part-time. Then apart from understanding your product part-time, I also would like to say that as a product manager, right, conquer imposter syndrome. That's one thing. The fear of pushing to production. The fear of pushing to production. The fear of bugs and everything. Because I noticed that one of my concerns was there's sometimes when you would build and you overbuild, right? And you miss out on a peak time that you could have launched a product, and that makes so much sense.
Very
especially
true.
if it's an MVP. So the fear of pushing to production shouldn't be one thing that you would want to key yourself on. Just go ahead and trust in the fact that you are a product manager, and trust in the knowledge that you possess, right? That would save you a lot, because the mistake a lot of people make is they don't believe in their ability to build product. They don't, and I understand that maybe because you are just transitioning, right? But I would tell you that, trust in your ability to, trust in the knowledge that you possess, trust in your ability to build product the right way, and you get the best result.
That's some solid advice. I'm like, that hits. So like product management as a role itself can be difficult. It can be difficult, it can be overwhelming, especially if you work in a startup.
Yeah.
Right? There are so many times where you are doing so many things at the same time, you're managing teams, and sometimes developers can be somehow, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just choking you, and you really don't know, how do you navigate times like that when things are really difficult, when there's so much to do, when it's overwhelming, and you're having to there's specific goals that has been set by the company, the product vision that you need to reach, and then it seems as though you're not reaching it, right? So how do you navigate very difficult times as a product manager?
Okay, so I do this thing where I say that it's not only features that can be prioritized though. Me building product can be prioritized. How I go about building product can be prioritized. So I apply Moscow. What is the Moscow? What is the issue that was? So I try to prioritize, right? So for 1 second, when it gets overwhelming, right, I press blot out all the form of noise, right, and I be like, okay, fine. What is the most obtainable thing, right? What am I optimizing for part time? And I go and I prioritize that. Then, if I don't do that one first, I won't look at another one. So the point, I think our problem with being overwhelmed is the fact that as a product manager, the fact that the product manager is a generalist role, and we want to do everything at the same time.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's generalist doesn't mean we should do all at the same time. That's what people don't understand. So I can be building, if I'm building at this point in time, I shouldn't be thinking about strategy. or I shouldn't be executing strategy the same side by
Okay.
side. But if it requires me, I know that part time, I know what I'm giving attention to and focus to, and I can prioritize it. So if I'm trying to get do stakeholder management and everything, I know that okay, fine, I give my full attention to it. I'm not perfect at this thing because me, if you see me, I can be doing 5 things at the same time, right? But when I see that it's already getting overwhelming, I have to go back and reprioritize. What is the first that needs to come out according to what timeline and everything? I bring that first. Then from there, I create a checklist, right? Now, how I tackle being overwhelmed is I create a checklist because I play my mind because my mind just wants to achieve things. So as long as I can tick things out of the box,
Yeah.
I am excited and I don't even feel overwhelmed again. For I've done 1, I've done 2, I've done 3, I've done 1, I've done 5 and everything. And for I break the ice of being overwhelmed and it's just a vague cloud. So prioritizing, then having a checklist that reward system towards achievement, right? And maybe I clear these things and everything. I can now scroll Instagram for like 1 hour. Well, I do that. So that reward system helped me clear the blocker of being overwhelmed. Then developers, I think with managing developers, amazing people, right? But these guys
Actually.
we need to say the truth that sometimes it can be exhausting managing developers. What I try to do part time is I befriend my developers. Like, see, I would befriend you to the point where you can take a bullet for me. So the point is, what people don't make it, because these guys have like multiple jobs at the same time. You can see it everywhere. They don't do one job. They don't do one job. They have multiple jobs at the same time, and you just need to ensure that they prioritize your work, right? So I I transitioned into a new company, and in those 1-2 months, my developer is like, my guy is like, oh, Divine, come, let me take you out. I'm like, we just came here, and I said him, we have to do this thing and everything. I'm like, you know what, Divine, I'm going to get this thing to you, and this is somebody that can go over and beyond to get this result. So befriend them, make them your pal and everything. Once you do that, whatever thing you tell them, relationship, nurture it, and that would help you. Then I think that would help you conquer all those overwhelming situations.
Yes, I think that's the basic thing, the most important thing. That if you're able to build your relationship with your teammates, it will affect how you do work generally.
Exactly.
There's a lot of stone. There's a lot of heavy weights that would be taken away from you, because you're going to be empowering them as well because of your relationship you build with them. You'll be able to empower them to even make decisions, to take initiative, even outside of you. You would be surprised the type of ideas that can come from developers, right?
You will be shocked. You'll be shocked.
You'll be surprised. So you just need to give them that power. You just need to make them see you as a friend, right? There's a place for work. Very important. True. But then the relationship is very, very important. It helps a whole lot.
Interesting. I say that product manager is actually people management than product management.
Rema.
And the more you learn how to manage people, right, the more you can manage products. I say people are products.
People are actually products. You're developing for products. You're making for people rather.
The point is, I just need to just tweak you to just see the need of doing these things. So people are products. So I understand that my job. I think product management is actually more HR than HR. Let's say the truth. For real, because you're managing people every day. You're checking up on them. You're doing everything. You're managing people, so it's more people management. And the more you understand your role in managing somebody to get the result, the easier it is. So people make the mistake and think it's just about writing documents and just getting people who do this work. Well, no, it's a lie.
Most of your work is done by other people. So you have to make
your
sure
success, your growth, your goal is dependent on all these people. So how will you now manage the situation? You cannot salvage it. You have to manage people well to get the results.
If you don't know how to deal with relationships, there's no way you can succeed in product management. And now let's talk about managing upward. So most times when we talk about product management, managing downwards, that's maybe managing your subordinates, managing your teammates. Now, in terms of managing your orgas, right? Now that part that's the difficult part of it. That's navigating that is very, very, it's difficult sometimes, right? Because they have a lot of expectations. Sometimes they want to even drive the vision themselves, and then you are just following them. So anything they say, yes, ma. Yes, sir. So how do you navigate? How do you manage stakeholders like
upward?
Upward.
So interestingly, right? I have come to learn that you need to know who you're working with and know how the person expects you to work. So at the point in time when I'm not sure, I ask questions, right? I'm always clear, okay, oh, what so when I was in the interview, right? When I recently transitioned, I asked the question, no, who's your ideal person? I asked the co-founder. It wasn't just about getting the job. I wanted to know who you think or how you expect this person that's going to fill the role would do. Now I have an understanding of that. Then in whatever approach, because as product managers, you don't get to meet these guys very frequently, right? It depends on how the system is structured or the
Yeah.
company is structured. But whatever attempt you get to manage upward, right? Put your best foot outward. So if whenever I'm leading meetings with key stakeholders, I'm managing upward. Like it's the best food, the best of the best too. I don't just go and just be like, okay, fine. But I don't know how people do it, right? But me, I can't but deliver on my job. I can't help it. Right. So I have to go ahead and you know what? Oh, I know my boss is gonna be on this call and everything. I know what they're trying to achieve. I know who they want I know how they think about this thing. Why not just go to that time? So it's sometimes even if they go like, oh, Divine, this is how we are doing and everything, I say I understand, right? But can you help me? Let me see you in this way, and I give my word. So the mistake people make is they've not been able to prove themselves to the people that they want to manage upwards, and they expect those people to trust them.
True.
So you need to prove yourself. I need to be sure that okay, I can trust you to deliver on this thing. So even if it takes you going above and beyond, like for a period of time and everything, just do it. Buy that trust, right? Once you buy that trust, they can commit more into your hands, and they will be like, okay, fine, I trust that this person is going to deliver it. So, but if you've not bought that trust and you want them to commit, it doesn't work that way.
Exactly.
So buy that trust, then you develop that relationship beyond just having the whole work and delivering relationship. Check on them. One time I was talking to my boss, I'm like, oh, how are you? I just wanted to know how you really are beyond just coming to come and talk about work and everything. They know that you see them as a person than a boss, right? And they will form cordial relationship with you. So managing upward is the way you befriend your subordinate or people in your team and everything, is the way you befriend your bosses. You need to ensure that you get them the result and you'll be able to manage them.
Yeah. So one thing I normally say is like go all out. Like do your work well. Go all out. Like put your mind to it. And
Exactly.
people will actually see, your bosses will actually see the effort you put into your work and the progress that you're making. And you need to make those work visible. Right?
Very visible.
You have to. Don't say, hey, my work will speak for me.
It's a lie. In product management, please let me say this. In product management, your work will not speak for you. You have to make noise about your work.
You really
have to make noise about your work.
You have to. So one thing one of my mentors told me was like, have touch points with your managers, right? At least every week, make sure that you have like a conversation with them where you're able to like put them through this is what we set out to do, this is what we achieved, and all of that. Make your work visible.
Exactly.
Try to find ways to make your work visible. It's very, very, very important. And if you're doing anything, make sure you go all out with your work, right? It's important. It's not just to be able to manage them, not just to prove that you're doing well, right? Before that, it impacts you as a person.
True.
It impacts your career. You're able to grow better. You're able to grow faster because you're stretching yourself.
Exactly.
You're doing all the things that is required for you to do to make sure that you excel at your role. So yeah, it's been an amazing time with you, Divine.
Same here.
So
Same.
So thank you for coming on the show again, Divine.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. So we call it a wrap. That's the end of episode 2 of season 2 of Everything Products with Ehizode. Today we had Divine. It was such an amazing time speaking to him about crafting your unique path as a product manager. Yes, Divine is good like that. So yeah, make sure that you tune into the next episode. And if you haven't watched the previous episode, make sure you join in and you listen to it.